Hi, my name is Alice Schmidt Hanbidge, and I'm an associate professor in the School of Social Work over at Renison University College. And I'm pleased to be talking with you today about my experience with the new PebblePad program in creating an ePortfolio for the capstones for our Masters of Social Work students. Just to give you a little bit of a context about what I'd like to share today is some questions around why did we decide to use PebblePad ePortfolio as a new program. And I'd like to share some about our program over at Renison University College, our Masters of Social Work program, how we used the ePortfolio program with our students in their capstone presentations, and then also to review a few benefits and helpful features of the program and a few items that I would consider to be essential when creating an ePortfolio. We decided to use PebblePad because we were having some challenges tracking our students' work. Our students are from across Canada, so it's a mostly online program. So we wanted to be able to understand what our students were doing throughout the program. We also found that our students that it would be helpful for them to be able to articulate their own skills and the types of competencies that they're learning in the program, and to be able to look at this from across courses, not only in one course, but across the entire program in their MSW journal. We also wanted to give students ongoing formative feedback as they were creating their presentations. So a little bit about our program at the Renison School of Social Work. So we have 50 full-time students each year and about 80 part-time students, and we utilize the D2L learning community, and this has been really helpful for us in terms of connecting with our students across Canada. We have them, our students are from coast to coast and often in rural isolated communities, so connecting through D2L is helpful to provide a sense of community. The coursework that students complete, there's two one-week block courses that are on campus. There are 4 required lecture or seminar courses and 2 electives. Except for the one-week block courses, everything else is online for our students. In addition, each of our students need to complete 462 hours of field work in the community, and that location is a place that they select in their own community with the type of social work that they're interested in practicing. For our ePortfolio capstone, the students have to complete an ePortfolio that addresses 9 different competencies that are created by our accreditation body. They also have to develop a creative item. So that creative item could be anything from a painting to woodwork to a sketch to writing music. And then from that creative item, then they need to create a video recording of themselves that encompasses the competencies they've learned, also addresses some of the learnings and aha moments that they've had in their placement and across the program. As you can see, the capstone course, there are several components. There's an ePortfolio with the 9 competencies, the creative piece, and again, this is an unlimited type of creativity that students can demonstrate. We're really trying to highlight left and right brain thinking and being able to bring together all of the aspects of their learning. And then their 10-minute recording, they can have that recording in their field practicum setting. They can do it in their home. They can do it outside, beside the ocean if they prefer. It's their choice and only limited by their creativity. Here are a few samples of our students' work that we've had in past times, and you'll see a wide variation, everything from magazines to books to clocks to artwork, quilts. We've had quite a range of creative items. Next, I'd like to take you to our Learn course in D2L. So our course is called the MSW Capstone, and the way to access our PebblePad ePortfolio is through the Content tab. As you can see, it's circled across the top, and then in the center of the page you would access PebblePad Plus. There are two sides to the PebblePad program. One is PebblePad Plus, where all of the work is being done, and Atlas, which is for the instructor to be able to grade and also to have more of the management structures in the program. Here's a sample of our homepage from our ePortfolio. As you can see, there's a description. There's also a banner across the top where students will add their name on each page. Again, across the top, there are about 12 pages in this workbook, and students will populate each of the pages. Here's a sample of one of the core competencies that students will need to complete. I've included a question prompt for each of the competencies just to help students inside the circle, just to help them identify which area of the competencies that they're to address. And students then complete a narrative piece to address all of the competencies. Then they provide supporting evidence, and that evidence could be a paper they've written, an assignment, it could be a photo, it could be an image, it could be something from their practicum, as a way to support what types of situations they're addressing in their competencies. You can see over on the right-hand side there is a blue strip that is available for feedback and for comments. This is what that blue strip looks like if you click on it and expand it. So that gives me the options to see what students have completed, which of the pages that they've already addressed, which ones are outstanding. And it's a quick way for me to see how students are moving along in terms of the work that they're doing. There's also a feedback page, so students need to suggest some capstone ideas in terms of their creative project. So I provide some feedback informally along the way so that they can ask some questions and be able to further explore their own capstone ideas. Here you can see this is the page, again, in their workbook, which is what is the language in ePortfolio PebblePad. And this is their final capstone video where they would upload it into this page. So it's all contained in one workbook, which I find really helpful. These are some of the helpful features that I've identified in terms of what's been useful for our students. So social learning, that they're able to see the progress of other students' work. They can see other students' different capstone ideas, the items that they've uploaded, especially because our program is mainly online, so it really creates that sense of working on something together. The flexibility, once the workbook is created, students can enter data throughout the entire program, and it's accessible to them even once they graduate. So we find for our students that it's a way for them that they can take the ePortfolio with them and share it with potential employers or other work settings. We also appreciate the use of technology, and that students are able to personalize their own ePortfolios through images, through different banners, photos. We have some of our students who are photographers, so they have posted their own photos in the ePortfolio. It also keeps, it is really a place to keep all of their work together across a semester, across courses, and for the entire program. A key piece of ePortfolio work is the reflection item. So students can comment on what they've learned. They can comment on each other's ePortfolio. It allows them to really create their own tool and see their own progression over time. The assessment features are wonderful as well for being able to offer formative feedback, to have auto submissions. One of the key features in our program is that we have assessors across Canada who will view the students' ePortfolios, and they're able to have access to the ePortfolios in Learn without being logged on to our entire system, but they can complete an assessment feature which will be shared with me and with the students. Record keeping, it's a way for us, for the students to be able to store critical items from the program and also to really see their own progress as they move through the program. As well, there are lots of items of support that I've found in starting this ePortfolio with tutorials that are written, there's screenshots, there's videos, and of course, the Learn Help has also been really beneficial for me. The other side of PebblePad, which I mentioned, there's two sides. The Atlas side is the assessment side. So as you can see, this screenshot shows me who has completed their pages, how many of the pages they've completed, who's still outstanding, and there's many features for me to be able to check student progress. Some of the key areas of support that are necessary for an ePortfolio to be successful, these are things that I found as I developed our ePortfolio, is that I needed to have a really clear description of the assignment of the components of our ePortfolio directly in Learn so that students were aware from the beginning what was critical for them. Clarity around navigating PebblePad, especially because we have a number of students who are newer to this technology. Technical support from CTE, our Center for Teaching Excellence. As I mentioned, the videos and the online tutorials were helpful. And ensuring that you have your program or faculty supporting it so that your director, that other instructors are aware of what you're doing with the ePortfolio and to generate some excitement about it and also support for the program. So thanks very much. I'm happy to be a contact. If anyone would like some support in starting their own ePortfolio, you can contact me at this email address. Thank you.